Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be bringing you today's video. We are going to be doing a college makeup collection. I've had a lot of requests on my channel recently to do a makeup collection. I did just do a makeup collection on my channel. Oh, maybe it was last January. It was probably a year ago already, but I did recently just also do my declutter video and how I organized my Alex drawers that I had at home. So I figured I've given you guys a lot of good and up close looks at my at-home makeup collection, how I store my makeup in my Alex drawers. I figured I would do a little bit of a different makeup collection and show you guys what I brought with me to college. When I was going back to school, I believe in August or so, I did do like a downsized with me, makeup I'm bringing to college kind of video, but I just wanted to bring you guys a little bit more of an updated version of what I brought with me this semester, as well as tips and tricks on storing your makeup in a dorm or a smaller space and like different organizers you guys can get and stuff that work. Also, a quick disclaimer before I get started. Yes, I probably do have more than the average amount of makeup that someone would take with them to college when they go off to college or in their dorm, but you guys know makeup is my passion. It's like my whole life. I love playing around with different things, and also of course I do YouTube, so I want to have a nice variety to bring you guys different looks, different products, just so I don't bore you guys with the same products over and over again. I just quickly wanted to make that disclaimer because I know someone's gonna be like, you have so much makeup, you don't need that much makeup in school. But anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this college makeup collection, as well as some tips and tricks on how to store makeup in your dorm and in smaller spaces and stuff like that. And without further ado, let's just get on into it. Also, a little quick disclaimer before I get started. If you guys do hear all of that construction, I apologize. I know it's really annoying, but it's not really something that I can avoid living in the middle of Manhattan. So I hope it's not too loud. I do have my microphone on, so I hope it's not drawing in too much of that background noise. But if you guys hear any like banging, hammering, screeching, it's just a lot of construction going on right outside my window. So again, I'm sorry, but I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this organization and makeup collection video anyway. And let's just get started with what is on the top of my vanity. So for my brushes, my kind of method when I was packing these was, what brushes do you use every single day? You don't need multiple brushes for one step, which is something that I tend to do. So I kind of try to minimize it. I do use most of these brushes on a daily basis. I did bring some extras just if some of my favorite brushes got dirty and I got a little too lazy to wash them. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I do have a few extra brushes than I actually need, but like I said, I do film so many videos and do a full face of makeup so often. Sometimes I just like to have a couple backup brushes just in case. So I brought all of the brushes from the Morphe Complexion Goals brush set as well that I got for Christmas. Actually, no, I left the fan brush at home because I just didn't like it. I don't like fan brushes, so I just left that one at home with some other brushes in my collection. But these are the ones that I brought. The bronzer one, the flat top one's really good. The blush one is amazing, as well as the little pointed buffer brush right here. I also just bought some setting brushes, highlight brushes, my Fenty Rihanna brush, and also my Wet n Wild brushes are really great brushes too if you guys haven't tried those. So I'm just gonna move this now so I could kind of show you guys my palettes that I brought with me. You guys know that I'm a total eyeshadow palette junkie, and it was really hard to kind of limit this down, but this is eyeshadow as well as contour, highlight palettes, and stuff like that. So this little tray was actually a repurposed lip gloss tray from the Smashbox Lighted Up Gloss set. I'm not sure if you guys can see, it's just like a little neon tray. I really like repurposing things if I can, so I don't have to go out and buy brand new storage. And it was also really just big and bulky to bring my By Allegory palette organizer, so I figured just for school, I like things nice and condensed. Definitely at home, I like things organized a certain way. I like things spread out on display, but at school, obviously at a dorm, you have a lot less space, so it's definitely better to kind of condense things, mix things up. So it's not ideally organized as I would like it, but like I said, you just have to make it work when you are in a dorm. So first palette, of course, that I brought with me is my Tartelette Toasted. You guys know I absolutely love this palette. It is my favorite. I'm sorry if there's a glare, but this has been my everyday go-to palette, so I definitely had to bring this with me. That is why it is sitting in the front. Also, some other palettes, my Anastasia Contour palette, my ColourPop Cute AF palette. I haven't used this in a little while, but it's definitely an awesome palette. ColourPop has just released so many palettes, but this one is definitely my favorite, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that this was their original palette. I also brought with me my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I did just get this for Christmas, but I wanted to pack it with me just so I could kind of test it out a little bit more because I didn't have time from Christmas really to when I moved back to school to give this a fair shot, and I've been absolutely loving this. It is more of a glittery, chunky highlight, so if you guys aren't into that, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for you. If you like more of a glow for within, this isn't the palette for you, but if you like a super metallic, like you don't care if it has some glitter in it highlight, this is bomb. Let me just swatch them for you guys. Do you guys see that? They're so metallic, really, really great highlighters. Something that was more of a rediscovered favorite recently is the Tartist Pro palette. I did some looks around Christmas time with this palette and I really fell in love with it. I think it's just so unique. I know a lot of people didn't absolutely love this palette, but I have been really liking it. It's just really unique to me. I feel like you could do so many different combinations, and if you are into very like everyday pastel shadows but also has some of those darker pops in there, I would definitely recommend getting this palette, and the formula is really great too. Of course, you guys know I had to bring some of my staples. I'm not going to go too in depth on my favorite palettes because I talked about them so much on my channel. Kat Von D Shade and Light, Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I have my two favorite Too Faced palettes here, the Sweet Peach and the Chocolate Bar, and then this right here you guys have seen a bunch on my channel too. This is my little Makeup Geek travel palette, just with some of my single shadows in there. Another palette that I got for Christmas that I wanted to bring with me to school that I could still test out is the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. Let me just try to position this so I don't blind you guys. So there is a neutral side, the big mirror in the middle, as well as the super fun pops of color. I didn't bring any other fun pops of color with me to school, so I figured that this palette was a really nice necessity to have. So if you are looking into how you should organize your makeup for college, I definitely recommend some sort of acrylic system. You guys can definitely get something maybe a little bit cheaper, maybe like those plastic drawers from Target, even like the big ones that roll if you guys just want to throw all of your makeup in there. For me personally, I just like my makeup to be a little bit more organized. I kind of feel a little bit crazy if my makeup isn't organized, like in some way of how I want it to be. So these are the Muji drawers. These are a little bit more pricey, probably around $25 each, but you guys don't need to get these. I'm sure that there's dupes on Amazon that are way cheaper. Maybe you could find something similar in Target. So look on Amazon, look for a nice cheap dupe, especially if you're only going to be using it in your college dorm a couple months out of the year. I found some really great storage units on Amazon as well. But these are the Muji ones. Like I said, I will have them linked down below. I have two of the bigger drawers that are 2-drawer systems, and then I have a 5-drawer system with smaller drawers. So for my first drawer, like I said, I did try to downsize even a lot from last semester, so I did have some extra room just for some extra stuff. So in here, if I don't break a nail in the process of getting this open, I have a deodorant, a mask, as well as just a lanyard. Like I said, it's just like an extra storage space for me for some extra stuff. And also in the second drawer down, nothing exciting, just some essentials just to fill up some space, some extra storage for some things. So in here, I usually keep my glasses as well as a little glasses cloth, my glasses cleaner, blemish serum, and lip balm. This is just stuff that I like to have at easy access as well, that I could just grab and use, stuff that I use a lot. So this right here in the next drawer down is my ColourPop Polite AF eyeshadow collection. I definitely could have been practical and taken these out and just stored the single shadows separately, but you guys know I'm just a sucker for packaging. I love keeping things in pretty packaging, and I love just like the whole look and feel of this. So I really wanted to keep it and bring it with me. So like I said, this is the Polite AF collection. I got this for Christmas as well. It comes with these 6 Super Shock shadows in like this book form, and these are just so pretty. And like I said, I love the packaging. You see how it's like a gold foil and it like reflects. I just couldn't separate the shadows from this little compartment. But like I said, a tip, if you guys want to save space, don't be like me and just separate things from bulky packaging. Take individual items, maybe pick and choose a few out of the 6 if you guys feel like you don't need to bring these all with you to school. Definitely just be smart when you're packing your makeup so you don't end up with like a ton of stuff or a lot of heavy stuff to carry. So up next is my foundation and primer drawer. I have to say, foundations and primers aren't something that I hoard or collect a lot of initially, like in the first place. So downsizing for school wasn't really hard for me. I'm very set in my ways when it comes to my face makeup. So first of all, I'm really excited to show this for you guys. I got my hands on the new Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Foundation. This is the full coverage 24-hour foundation. I'm in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I'm really hoping to do a review and a wear test on this foundation soon, but so far I am absolutely loving this foundation. I've been wearing it for a couple of days, trying to get an opinion on it, and I'm really in love. So spoiler alert if you guys were looking forward to that review, but I'm still planning to do one very soon. I also just got a brand new matte and poreless that I didn't open yet because I do have an open one elsewhere. And also another one of my favorites is the Wet n Wild foundation. I am in the shade Soft Beige, which is light, medium, warm. I got a couple questions about that. I also really do still love the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. There was definitely a time there where I said I like this more than my Maybelline matte and poreless, Definitely not. I'm not sure. I think the color is a little bit off for me. I have 203. I think I would be a little bit better with 202, a little bit of a lighter shade. But I do really like the finish. I love a glowy foundation, especially in the winter time when my skin is very dry. In the back, before I forget, because I feel like I'm going to forget this, I just have a sample size of the, actually it's not a sample, it's a mini size of the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, the mattifying one. My two favorite primers ever. You guys already know the Smashbox Photo Finish. Such a great primer. If you guys just have like normal skin and if you just want something to kind of smooth it out, just a little bit of a base for your foundation, this is amazing. I love this. And also, you guys see how low this got. This is my Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter Primer. If you've been watching me, you know I'm obsessed with this stuff. I use it every single day. It is so moisturizing. I feel like very pearly and luminous on the skin. I'm really into this stuff for sure. Also, of course, the matching Fenty Beauty foundation. I have to say I haven't been reaching for this as much as I thought I would. I know I say this all the time, but I'm just such a drugstore foundation junkie. Like these two foundations I reach for so much more than my Fenty foundation. I don't want to say I fell into the hype because it is a really great foundation. I see why so many people rave about it. Like kudos to Rihanna for the shade range and everything like that. But I just feel like I like my drugstore foundations more. This I kind of just say because this photographs really well. So I've been saving this for just special occasions. I actually did a comparison maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, comparing the Fenty Beauty to the matte and poreless. So I will have a card for that if you guys want to go check that out. But the matte and poreless is basically a dupe for this, so I don't reach for this as often as I should. This is my concealer drawer. These are like my all-time favorite concealers. So the first thing I brought with me was my Fenty Beauty Matchstick. Again, one of my favorite products from the Fenty line. I have mine in the shade Ivory. That's really great for spot concealing. My Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. If you guys haven't tried this, you definitely need to. It is so great, and it is only $4.99, and I have this in the shade Light Ivory, I believe. Yep, Light Ivory. Also in here, I just have my cream contour stick. I'm not huge on cream contouring, but I just like to have this just in case if I ever have a special event, and I have this in light medium. I really like this. If you guys think cream contouring is like hard or messy or anything like that, I definitely recommend getting this because it's so easy. All you do is roll up the cream stick and it's really easy to apply. I also brought with me my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream in L9 Neutral, and of course my two holy grail favorite concealers ever, the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in the shade Ivory 10 and my Tarte Fair Neutral. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you will definitely know that this is like my holy grail duo. I absolutely love these concealers, and together they are amazing. And it was definitely more of like an accidental discovery for me. I kind of got too light of a shade in the Tarte one, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to exchange it, so I mixed it with the Better Skin, which is a bit darker. And honestly, the finish of these two together is beautiful. I definitely recommend this. Then in here, I have some compacts. It's kind of just like a mishmash of everything, just bigger compacts, I guess I would say. So I have my Wet n Wild Contouring Duo in Caramel Toffee. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder that I decluttered that I'm trying to finish up, so I figured I could take it with me and use it as like a blotting powder while I'm in school. Also my Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder, and then in here I just threw it in here because it was kind of chunky. This is the MAC, what is this? The Sweet Copper Nutcracker Compact with Whisper of Guilt and Pleasure Model Blush. This was like their limited edition collection around Christmas 2015 or 2016. That's what that looks like right there. But I just threw that in there. Like I said, it is just a little bit of a thicker compact, so that really didn't fit with my other blushes and highlighters. But speaking of my other blushes and highlighters, I keep them right in the drawer underneath. Also some bronzers in here. I would definitely say that this is where I had to do the most downsizing, just because if you guys have seen my declutter or my actual makeup collection, I have so many compacts, blush, highlighter, and bronzer. They're just like my weakness. I love them. So I only tried to bring 2 or 3 of each category, which was definitely harder to narrow down, but realistically I really only wear the same 2 blushes or bronzers and blushes on the daily. The highlighters I like to switch up, so I definitely brought a few more of those. So let me just show you what I brought with me. Of course, you guys know my favorite blush ever is Benefit Dallas Boxed Blush, just a really nice nude, and it's my favorite blush, so I had to bring it. I also wanted something a bit more pinky, so I brought this little Tarte sample in Party. So for highlighter, I did bring a few more, like I said, just because I like to have the variety. So this one is the Kilowatt Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I brought two of my favorite Wet n Wild highlighters because these are just amazing. Precious Petals, which is the rose gold, as well as Golden Flower Crown. So this one is Precious Petals, a little bit more of that rose gold shade, and Golden Flower Crown is like the best gold highlighter ever for my skin tone. And of course, you guys know Rodeo Drive by Ofra is my holy grail highlighter. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I actually hit pan kind of in this area right here. So this is definitely my favorite highlighter. I've never hit pan on one before, so that was definitely a big accomplishment in my opinion. And then the two bronzers that I decided to bring were these two, the two Chocolate Soleil bronzers that I absolutely love. These are really the only bronzers that I really like, or actually like love and wear on the daily. So the first one that I brought is just the original Chocolate Soleil. This one is just the matte version of the bronzer. It's just a nice neutral shade. And then I also brought my new Chocolate Gold Soleil bronzer because this one is a bit warmer. I just thought it would be cool to bring both of these just because this one is a little bit more neutral to cool and matte, and this one is nice and warm and shimmery. So I've been really loving both of these. I actually wear them combined. The Chocolate Gold is like a little bit too dark for me right now on its own, but I like the two together for sure. This drawer down has really anything that you could think of when it comes to eyes, brows, lashes, glitter, really anything in that vicinity. So I have a couple more ColourPop Super Shock shadows, Alchemy, I Heart This. Those are another two of my favorites. I also have my paint pot, my Anastasia Brow Duo in the shade Dark Brown. I love that in my brows. Over here, I just have some brow pencils, eyeliners, my lash glue. I also brought my new Kitten Karma. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow, just because I just got this in the Sephora haul that I put up on my channel, just so I can kind of test it out and get a lot more use out of it. I can't get it out of the box. I'm the type of person, I hate leaving new makeup home. Like if I haven't tested it out, I need to bring it with me. I need to get more use out of it. There we go. So this is what that looks like. It's so pretty. I cannot wait to use this more. It's definitely like very glittery, but I don't care. I'll wear like a full-on glitter smoky eye to class. Maybe I'll wear that tomorrow. Moving back onto here, I have my line stilettos, lash glue, lashes, and eye makeup remover in here. Like I said, just really anything and everything to do with eyes, brows, etc. And lastly, in my Muji drawers are the lip products that I decided to bring with me. I definitely wanted to make a point to narrow this down just because sometimes I just find that I have so many lip products. Last year I had like 3 of these drawers filled with lip products and I just never used all of them for YouTube purposes and stuff like that. But in school, I don't even have the chance to film as much as I do at home. So I really wanted to narrow it down. Just pack your favorites, pack the colors that I know I was gonna wear. So that is why you guys are probably seeing a lot of nudes. So I brought my Kylie liquid lipstick, my Anastasia gloss, my Anastasia liquid lipsticks. I brought all of them just because they are my favorite formula. I brought one ColourPop Ultra Satin in Echo Park. I don't get much use out of this right now, but in the spring when it gets a little warmer, that's like my favorite like corally peachy nude. Of course, I brought my Fenty Gloss Bomb, just an awesome day-to-day gloss, my Anastasia Peachy lipstick. And this semester I also decided to not bring all of my MAC lipsticks. For some reason, the last couple of semesters I've been dorming. I felt such a pressure to bring all of my MAC lipsticks to like keep them together and not separate them. But this semester, like I said, I really tried to crack down on what I was bringing. So I brought 2 of my favorite big size MAC lipsticks. This is Faux and Cream in Your Coffee. And then I also brought the 2 mini lipsticks that Nick got me for Christmas, Chili, which is a really fun, more like a bright reddish orange shade. I thought that would be cool and different for this time of year. And then I also brought Velvet Teddy, which is my absolute favorite nude ever. And in the back here, I just threw some glosses. I don't tend to wear a lot of gloss in the winter. I do like more of a matte lip, but these are just some of my favorites. The NYX Butter Gloss, the Jordana liquid lipstick is great as well. And then just for a nice red, this is one of my favorites. This is the Smashbox. What is on this? It's dirty. This is the Smashbox B Legendary Lipstick in Infrared Matte. This is like a staple red lip for me. It's a really great shade. And then I also just brought 2 lip liners. My favorite L'Oreal Sharpenable Lip Liner in 112 and my classic, this is NYX Cabaret. I really love this when I'm doing like a dark vampire berry lip to line. And also I decided to bring with me just a separate organizer just because I've been using this at home. If you guys saw my vanity tour and everyday makeup organization, I've just been really liking how efficient this is. It's been reminding me to use certain products that I still just like to grab for on a daily basis, slash that I need to try out. So in here, I like to keep my setting sprays, my Too Faced Hangover RX, Smashbox Primer Water, my MAC Fix Plus, of course. I also just have a little matte and poreless upside down that I'm just trying to get more product out of. My new Laura Mercier lip, but this has like been my recent go-to lip product, so I just like to keep that in there. I keep my little beauty blender down here, and then I also just keep my lash curler and my Essence Lash Princess mascara. So I'm still testing out my Touch in Sol No Problem primer, so I'm just keeping that in there to remind me to use it, but I'm really liking that so far. I keep a little hand sanitizer. I just like to clean my hands, wash my hands, and then also use hand sanitizer before I do my makeup. I keep my Tarte contour palette back here just because I didn't have room in my palette organizer, but this is really one of my favorite contour palettes as well. I feel like I've kind of neglected it just because the Anastasia one and the Kat Von D one have been like my babies, but this one's really good. I've been dipping into this one a lot more and loving it, so I decided to bring that with me. I have this little eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure how to say this brand, maybe Deucey. I'm not exactly sure, but I got this in a FabFitFun box. Also something that I just want to try out, so that is what that looks like. Really pretty. This is the, what is this? This is the Freematic Eyeshadow Pro Palette Nude Eye Finish. I have my favorite setting powders back here, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder, and also my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder chillin' back here. And the last thing in this little organizer is my little Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. I've been really liking this. I didn't think I would like this as much as I do, just because these shades are a bit out of my comfort zone, but I've been really liking this. If you guys didn't see this in my haul, this is what that looks like. Let me know if you guys want to see a tutorial. I was thinking that this is a really perfect palette for Valentine's Day possibly, so let me know if you guys want to see a little Valentine's tutorial using this palette. Alright you guys, so that is going to complete my college makeup collection. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this and my organization. I really hope that it helped you. Like I said, make sure you guys check the description box for links to all of my organization and stuff that I talked about in this video. Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed and found it helpful, and also make sure you guys subscribe before you leave because I would love to have you guys here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!